What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, I want to get you guys my reaction to Lonzo Ball making his debut with the Bulls this season, as he looked pretty damn good. We'll also talk about some other stats from that game as well. And then also Shams Charania, main NBA insider, threw out the idea that the Bulls may be extending Josh Giddey soon. So I'll give you guys my thoughts on that, as I do think that's a difficult situation for this Bulls front office. But before we dive into that, if you guys were happy to see Lonzo back in action last night, let's show him our support down below in the comment section. Type those Zos, or you can type his jersey number, whatever pleases you. But show Lonzo Ball some love down below in the comment section, as it was awesome seeing him back there on the United Center floor and just seeing the reaction he got from the fans. It was absolutely fantastic. So show him some love. Type those Zos in the comment section. All right, let's break it down. Lonzo Ball, how did he look? How did he play? Here's how the stats shake out right here. He had 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. He was 4 of 6 from the field, and he knocked down 2 3-pointers. And I thought it was so fitting that Dante DiVincenzo, when Lonzo was wide open in the corner for his first shot back with the Chicago Bulls, I felt like Dante kind of gave him some respect there and said, hey, Lonzo, you go shoot that ball, get your feet back underneath you. And that's what he did. But the thing that impressed me so much with Lonzo, I had such a question mark around how he will be able to defend post this injury. Now, obviously, he was a pretty damn good athlete. He was probably in that top 10% of NBA athletes before he got hurt. And, I think defensive ability is a combination of 3 things. 1, just your natural athletic ability. 2, your want to. And then 3, the IQ part of it. Well, Lonzo still has 2 of the 3. He is a very, very smart defender. He was great in the help side last night. I felt like he was comfortable with the rotations that the Bulls were trying to pull off, and he just looked good. And honestly, him athletically, I felt like he didn't really miss a step. If I'm being honest, just what my eyes tell me, I honestly feel like he may not make a 100% full recovery where he gets back to his old self, but I think he was at least looking 85, 90% of what he once was. So, seriously, big shot at the Lonzo Ball. I thought he looked great yesterday. But Zach LaVine, he had another good game. And, he's passing the eye test this preseason. And if you guys have been watching the show for a while, I have been in the camp, trade LaVine, trade LaVine, trade LaVine. And I still stand in that camp. However, I was also in the camp that the Bulls need to trade him before the start of the regular season. I actually walk that back now. I think the Bulls can manage having him on this roster, him upping his trade value, because him playing next to Giddy and Lonzo Ball, he's going to get a lot of open shots, and we've seen that in the preseason. And when LaVine has open shots, open looks, you can really see that offensive talent fully on display. So LaVine, I thought he looked pretty good yesterday. Patrick Williams, probably his best game of the preseason so far. He was scaring the hell out of me during his first couple outings. He went like 2 of 6, 1 of 9, but yesterday he was 5 of 8. He had a sweet dunk, and watching his athleticism, we'll just see glimpses of it here and there. He is a freak athlete. I need to see more rim pressure. I need to see more aggression from P-Dub, and, then he'll finally start to develop into one of the better 3-and-D wings in the league. But, Kobe White, man, gotta give flowers to him. He was awesome. 23 points on just 9 shots yesterday. He felt comfortable in the offense. Even playing next to Giddy and LaVine, I still felt like it was ran to get Kobe White, the looks as the first option. Obviously, Giddy's going to be bringing the ball up. He's going to be that point guard of this offense, and he's going to really improve, the pace of play for this team, which was definitely a huge issue over the past couple of years. But I still felt like Kobe was the first option in terms of, they're trying to get him the easiest look. So that was great to see, because I was definitely a little concerned about, with Giddy in the lineup, with LaVine coming back, would Kobe White take a step back? It turns out I was completely wrong on that one from what we've seen from the preseason so far. But Giddy, he was manning the offense yesterday. He had 9 assists, 4 points, 3 rebounds. I thought he looked pretty damn good. And overall, with this Bulls team, watching them last night felt fun. Watching the way they played with a bunch of energy, I felt like they were fully, all of them engaged in that basketball game. It was fun, man, and I miss having a good basketball team in Chicago. That was probably my biggest takeaway, was I felt myself getting into it, feeling the crowd at the United Center when Lonzo checked in, feeling that intensity from the team. It really felt like a regular season game in a big-time moment, and it was just because Lonzo came back, and, that's all credit to all the Bulls fans out there. And even though the Bulls have been a disappointing franchise, to say the least, over the last couple of years. Bulls fans still sell out the UC, so it's just great to see, the constant support from you guys. But I'll ask you guys this. How do you feel about this Bulls team? Because I think a lot of us would have negative thoughts and negative connotations with this group, heading into the season. But I'll admit, they looked pretty damn fun to watch during the first couple of preseason games. I think they're going to put up a lot of points. Now, defensively, could be a big issue. I mean, the Bulls should have gave up 150 points last night if Anthony Edwards didn't go 3 of 16 from downtown. But you also got to give credit to the defense there. Thought they handled them pretty well. But you guys let me know. How do you feel about this Bulls team? Now, we'll dive into the Josh Giddey extension talks here in a second. But first off, I got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor. And it's my favorite sponsor here on the Bulls Report. And that's Prize Picks. And Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Now, how do you play? You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game on Prize Picks all season long. And if you guys also use promo code CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly if you sign up today. And all you have to do is play a $5 lineup. And the best part is you don't even need to win that $5 lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So head to that link, prizepicks.com/CLNS, plug in that promo code CLNS, and you guys will get $50 instantly. And, the best part about Prize Picks is if you guys want to add any, extra juice or just make your viewing experience better for any sporting event, whatever it may be, basketball, football, it can be anything. Prize Picks is the best way to do so. And plus, with this sweet deal going on right now, you guys would be crazy not to take advantage. So check them out, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use promo code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. But shout out to them for sponsoring today's show. All right, let's talk about it. Should the Bulls extend Josh Giddey? Now, this is a very tricky situation for the Bulls, as obviously you're not going to want to pay a guy for what he did for another team, but you also gave up a very valuable asset in Caruso, where you don't just want Giddy to walk after the season. But Shams chimed in on it. He's saying he's someone I think the Bulls will engage with in terms of contract extension talks. They made that trade, trading away Alex Caruso for him, so they clearly value him to an extent. But what does he want? What is his mentality on the marketplace, and what do they want to give? Now, that's the kicker here. Are the Bulls going to offer him a 3 for $90 and they make him a $90 million player? I'm not sure. But no doubt this is a very tough decision for this Bulls front office. How I would play it, I would let the first couple of months of the season roll out there, see how this offense looks, see how Giddy looks, and then you probably want to make a decision around November, December, before the second half of the season. But that's how I would play it. But, going back in time, looking at what Giddy, specifically did in that 2023 season, with the Oklahoma City Thunder, I mean, he was awesome, man. 16.6 points per game in his second year in the league. Then he also averaged 8 rebounds, 6.2 assists. His field goal percentage was really solid. Obviously, him from three-point land is, never has been his calling card, but I still think he can develop that jumper. Now, what I have loved from just the preseason is how different this Bulls offense looked. I feel like Giddy is almost playing like a point guard role with this team, where he is hey, shout out to Caleb Williams. He kind of looks like Caleb Williams with all the weapons he has. He's just dinking and dunking and making stuff happen. That's how I feel watching Giddy play. So I would let Giddy play out the year. Maybe you kind of evaluate around November or December, and then you see how you want to go about it. But I couldn't imagine the Bulls giving him more than $30 million. Maybe you give him $25 a year, 4 for $100, and then naturally, as the cap goes up and this new TV deal kicks in, maybe Giddy on a $25 million deal isn't as extreme as it seems right now. Kind of like how they handled the Patrick Williams contract. They gave him 5 for $90, banking on him developing. So in years 3, 4, and 5 of that deal, it looks like a steal. But, we obviously got to wait and see what happens with Williams on that one. But, Giddy, I thought he's looked great so far in the preseason. Obviously his field goal percentage is not the highest, but I just thought this offense has a different feel. The Bulls feel more modern than they have in the past. And that's also been one of my biggest gripes is yes, you cannot have as much talent as the Celtics, Knicks, and Sixers, but you got to at least play a modern brand of basketball. And I felt like the Bulls watching them over the last couple of years felt like they were stuck back in the mid-2000s, mid-2010s. Like, they just don't feel like a modern unit. But now with Giddy, man in the show, they 100% feel like that. But I'll ask you guys this. Would you extend Josh Giddey? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below in the comments section. And just want to say thank you guys so much for watching today's show. That's my Twitter right there, @PatSieps, if you guys want to give me a follow over there. But see you guys next time. As always, go Bulls.